Hello, here we are with an unboxing of the Prada phone by LG 3.0, essentially the third Prada phone that's been manufactured by LG, and this is the latest and greatest model. So as we can see here, we've got the official retail packaging, quite different to the standard packaging you'd get with an LG phone. We've got the Prada logo on the top, and then we've got this sort of really nicely designed black box with a texture all over it. So let's take a look at the handset itself. So as you open up the box, you get the phone presented to you, and we've got this sort of silk ribbon cord to pull it out with, and there is the Prada phone. We'll come back to that in a moment. We can remove this piece to reveal the documentation. So you're going to get all your warranty information in there and a sort of a English manual. We've then got the battery, which we'll just open up here. So there is the battery with a 1540 milliamp hour capacity. We then have a set of in-ear headphones. Being that this has been designed in conjunction with Prada, the headphones are a little bit more stylish than normal, so they're in-ear set, and we've got this sort of raised texture design around the earbud here, and then we've got the Prada logo and this sort of kind of nice stylish piece there as well. We've then got the 3.5mm headphone jack to actually go into the handset itself. We've then got a standard micro USB sync and charge cable, and then we have a 3-pin UK mains adapter, which on the top has a USB port into which you can connect the USB cable for charging. So that's what you get in the box. If we then bring the phone back in, so this is an Android 2.3 handset. It's got a 1 GHz dual core processor, dual channel memory. We've got a micro SD card slot under the back of the unit, 1 gig of RAM, 512 ROM, internal storage of 8 GB, but with the micro SD, of course, you can expand that even further. And one of the standout features on this device is the 4.3-inch display with a resolution of 800 by 480, and it's got an 800 nit Nova Plus display. So on the back here, we've got an 8 megapixel camera with LED flash. So let's just peel off some of the plastic, and we can see we've got the LG logo embossed here. We've got the Prada logo quite prominent on the back, and you can see there the back cover is textured to make it grippy and quite stylish as well. So if we remove the back cover, we pull that off like so. So there's the back cover. It is plastic, it's not metal or anything, which is a little bit of a shame. So then here we have the standard SIM card slot. We've got the micro SD card slot, and then if we just pop the battery in like so. So I'm just going to power the phone on, and whilst we're doing that, we'll take a look around the device. So you can see that illuminated here are the 4 touch sensitive navigation buttons. So we've got the home, back, search, and the menu key. We've got a front facing camera. We've got the Prada logo. On the bottom, we've got this sort of stylish metallic design. It's got some plastic covers on there at the moment, as well as a microphone. On the side, we've got this sort of metallic bezeling again, and then we've got the volume keys. On the top, we've got a 3.5mm headphone jack. We've then got the power button here. We've got the micro USB connection there under this slidey cover, which is quite stylish. And that button is for the camera, so it would seem. actually see. Let's just go. Yeah, so that button is for the camera, which is an unusual place to have it in some respects, normally on the sort of side of the device here, but I can see some logic for that. And then on the other side, it's completely flush. So that's the device itself. So just go through the setup here. So we've run through the setup process now and we're at the home screen. So we just power it back on. We've got the lock screen which we flick up like so. And instantly, if you're aware of Android, you'll see that the customization is quite different here. What Prada have done with LG is to give a much more designer influence to the home screen. So there's a lot more detail to the icons and what have you. You can see it's all about the black and white theme. Which makes it look quite crisp and clean, and we've got some sort of improved icons as a result of their design influence. So we've still got the multiple home screens as you would have on any Android device, and we can flick through these like so, but you can see how elements like the calendar have been customized by Prada. So we haven't got a SIM card in here. Of course, this is a full 3G enabled handset. But what we've done is we've connected up just to the Wi-Fi at the moment. So let's start off by taking a look at the browser. So we can click in and type a URL in here. So let's go to the Clove website. So it's rendering fairly quickly over the Wi-Fi connection. There we are on our mobile website. Let's go through to the desktop version. So there it is. Renders quite well on the 4.3-inch display. We can pinch and zoom as you would on an Android device. You can double tap in and out like so to better suit your viewing needs. You can of course rotate the display into landscape. It won't rotate that way, but it will then rotate this way as well. So whichever you feel comfortable with, we can then navigate web pages. So we're zoomed in here. Now we can read the text fairly easily, but again we can then pinch and zoom or tap in to get it render precisely there. So that's the web browser, fairly standard. You've got a music application, so if we had music installed on here we could access that through here. We've got the gallery. We haven't taken any pictures on this device at the moment, so that's why nothing's displaying there. Now you can see instantly actually go to the gallery, you go back down to the sort of standard Android theming there, which is one of the disappointments. A lot of the Prada stuff is sort of top level, and it's designed to appeal to sort of the fashion conscious or the style conscious, but it is a very technically powerful handset as well. So let's just go into the camera. So we've got a rear-facing 8-megapixel camera with LED flash on the back. So we've got a variety of settings here, so we can flick from the camera to recording mode. So let's start with recording mode. Let's take a look at some of the settings. We can change the resolution on here, so we've got full HD and then VGA and what have you, so a lot of flexibility there in video sizes, and it's nice to have the full HD there as well. We can choose things such as white balance, how we record audio, preview settings. We can have the video light on or off. We've got zooming capabilities. We'll be testing this out in another video. We've then got the ability to flick to the front-facing camera, so we can video record on that, or we can then take a picture on the front-facing camera. Let's switch back to the dedicated camera. So these are now for stills. We've got the ability then to change some of the settings here as well. So we've got the image size, 8 megapixel, 5, 3 and 1. scene modes to change some of the settings based on the setting, ISO, which is quite nice. There's a few settings there to be able to change, and we've got the zoom again, as well as the white balance that we had in the video there as well. So if we come out of that, back to the home screen, we've got the phone dialer. So we've got a bit more of the theming here as well. Nice big buttons on screen, very easy to use, call log, contacts and what have you. If you've got any in here, of course we haven't synced this device at all. That just takes you back into your contacts. You've got your messaging, so we can start a new message, and very similar to any other Android handset, except you've still got some of this sort of Prada black and white theming here at this stage. We can then go into our applications list, and it's telling us we can pinch to collapse categories. So the theme still continues through here, which is kind of nice. I quite like it. Having said that, some of the Google services here are still in color, and I don't know about you, but I've got used to some of the colors of the applications that I use, so you're automatically scanning for that, whereas this, I think it might be a little bit more difficult, or it might take a little bit longer to get used to picking up certain things within the applications here. We've got FM radio, we've got news, we've got NFC on this device as well. We can go into the settings, so let's do that now. So one of the standout features of this device is the screen. So it's not at full brightness. Let's just whack that right up there. And that is quite bright, I have to say. Be interesting to see how that compares to a Super AMOLED screen. We can actually change some of the fonts on here, which is interesting and sort of unusual. So if we were to change some of the fonts, that makes it a little bit more personal, and I guess for the style conscious out there, it might be something that you like quite a bit. Go back to the Prada text. So let's just go into the details about the phone so you can see this. So it is also known as the LG P940. And it's running Android version 2.3.7 as standard. Something else you might be interested in is the language. So we've got some language options here, from English to Spanish to French to Italian to Polish. We've even got some of the Russian and Chinese languages there. We've got the ability to change the input method if we had other keyboards on here. Then you've got configuration settings for the LG keyboard that comes as standard, so you can change the writing language. So we've got some of the Chinese dialects, Indonesian, Norwegian, and some of the Russian ones there as well. So quite a selection there, and that will please quite a few people as to those languages that are available. Storage, so it's saying 4 gig and 2 gig there, so there is 8 gig internally, but it's sort of split and used for the system memory as well. But of course you've got the microSD expansion on here, so you can put up to a 32 gigabyte card. So that's just a quick look at the Prada phone by LG version 3. You can check out more videos on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Clove Technology.